Say what needs to be said. Well, we say what needs to be said so you can say what needs to be said. Saturday night vibes. Or is it Saturday morning or Sunday morning vibes? Saturday night, Sunday morning vibes, baby. We in the building. It's 2 o'clock a.m. in the morning. Colorado Buffaloes football game just finished. What a fantastic game. Like they put on a show, man. I love watching them young men go out there and put on a show. Shout out to Sheduer Sanders, Shiloh Sanders, Travis Hunter, man. Yeah, putting on the show, man. Shout out to the Deion Sanders boys, man, doing their thing for Colorado football. What's happening tonight, man? Y'all, welcome back to the show. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the channel. We on our way to 20,000 subscribers. I know it's small. It's small steps. Then we get to the big steps. I just got to crawl before we walk over here. Say what needs to be said. You know what I mean? What a good game. Good game. Then tonight we're going to talk about, the Colorado Buffaloes versus Cincinnati Bearcats. We're going to get into FSU versus the Miami Hurricanes. We're going to talk about a little Heisman talk. You know what I mean? A little Heisman talk, because that was a great show of Heisman candidates on display tonight right there. And what I mean by candidates, candidates. It was 2 candidates on display tonight, but only one is getting the credit that they deserve. And things need to change. Say what needs to be said. We got to speak up, and we speak loud and proud around here, baby. And we're going to talk about a little, the culture a little bit. We're going to talk about a little Dirk. We're going to talk about Young Thug. You understand what I'm saying? But let's get into it first. The Miami Hurricanes versus the Florida State Seminoles, FSU. What can we say about this game? It's a rival we love in Florida. We love to brag and say who's the best, who has the best team in Florida, best college football team. Most, it's all split up half and half. Some Floridians love the Hurricanes. Some Floridians love the Seminoles. And it just ain't the same no more. It just ain't the same no more. One team is playing well, but the other team ain't playing so hot. You know what I mean? Hurricanes dominate FSU in a sloppy game, but it was a physical game. And when I say physical, man, Miami Hurricane was running that ball. They was running that ball like no other. Man, let me give a shout out to old Mark Fletcher Sr. and Mark Fletcher Jr., man. Mark Fletcher Jr. is playing with a heavy heart. His father passed away. I'm not sure if I know him. I seen him on Facebook. A lot of our friends and family was sharing him and things like that. So we're going to give a shout out to him, man, playing with a heavy heart. Number 4 running back. He did his thing. But that running game tonight, they had over, 230 yards rushing? Man, they dominated. They were physical. Cam Ward didn't have to do the usually save the team and save the game, Cam Ward. But he did have to make a lot of plays because the offensive line, man, I don't know, it's something about offensive line in college football right now that they ain't blocking too well. I don't know if they aren't blocking well or if they're not getting coached properly. You understand what I'm saying? There's something going on. But Cam Ward makes this Miami Hurricanes team. If you didn't know, you understand. Without him, this Miami Hurricanes team probably win 1 or 2 games. 1 or 2 games. Now with the addition of this running back, Damian Martinez, this adds a little extra 1-2 punch to the tandem and to the offensive side of the ball. That definitely is going to help out Cam Ward, man. And he was explosive tonight, you know what I mean? But how good is the number 6 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes? How good are the Miami Hurricanes? Because I think I see something different than a lot of people see out here. You know what I mean? I don't really see a really tough, well-coached, well-orchestrated team. You understand? Now, they're the ACC. The ACC, in my opinion, is one of the weakest conferences. They ain't like the Big 12 like Colorado. Colorado has a different conference they have to battle. That Big 12, they got some heavy hitters in there if y'all didn't know and y'all sleep. Colorado has to play good football. Now, the ACC and the Miami Hurricanes, I don't think they can compete with the Georgias, Alabamas, and LSU and other schools. Do y'all think so? Let me know, because it doesn't look like to me. It looked like they would be they would be outmanned. The physicality part would be a mismatch. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. You know what I mean? Shout out to Champ Ali, Saint Ali in the chat one time. But y'all let me know about the Miami Hurricanes. Am I seeing something different than what everybody else seeing? They undefeated, but they're in the ACC. You know what I mean? they haven't really played a really good team this season at all. No ranked teams, if I remember correctly. Y'all let me know if I'm right or wrong, you know? And I'm a little skeptical of how good they really are. And it's difficult for me to try to conclude if the Miami Dolphins are really good without playing anybody. Who they have left on the schedule? They got Duke, they got Georgia Tech. They don't really have anything left, and they may go down as one of the best teams this year because of schedule. And that's what life is about sometimes, you know. And it's about timing. But I don't see them as a top dog team right now. You know, actually, I think Colorado will put a whooping on the Miami Hurricanes, and that would be fun to see if they can end up playing somehow, some way, playoffs, bowl or something like that. I think Colorado will put a whooping on the Miami Hurricanes. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? And the Miami Hurricanes, the remaining schedule, like I said, is Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, Duke, and Syracuse. I don't see the Miami Hurricanes losing any of these games. Now, they did have a battle with California where they went toe to toe all the way to the last minute, but I really don't see them losing any of these games. If they do, that is bad for the Miami Hurricanes. That would be very bad for the Miami Hurricanes. But y'all let me know, man, how good are the Miami Hurricanes in y'all opinion? Like I said, they haven't played anybody significantly good or anything like that. The record says they're perfect. Cam Newton is exceptional at quarterback. The running game has gained a boost, has gained a lot of gained a boost, but I still don't think they can play with the heavy hitters over there, the LSU's and the Alabamas and the Georgias, because of the front seven, offensive line and defensive line. But y'all talk to me and let me know what y'all feel and how y'all feel about the Miami Hurricanes. Because I know a lot of y'all down here are Hurricane fans. So y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Oh man. So yeah, man, we got to get into it. We got to get into it. But Cincinnati, man, Cincinnati versus the Colorado Buffaloes. What an exciting game, baby. And once again, oh man, Randy said he thought the ACC was fired. Name the school that's firing the ACC, Randy, please. I love a good debate. Name the schools. Look it up for me right now. You got Georgia Tech, you got Duke, you got the Hurricanes, you got FSU. Who else you got? You got Clemson. Clemson's all right. Who else is in the ACC? Is Clemson still in the ACC? I'm not even sure. Yes, the Big 12 is a bit better than the ACC. Look at the competition. Look at the teams. The only difference between the ACC and the Big 12 is the athletes, right? Yeah, the Big 12, like we seen tonight, we're gonna get into it. The Big 12, you see the athletes are a lot slower and not as athletic as the Florida boys like Colorado and things like that. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, because I see clear as day Big 12 is a tougher conference than the ACC. Man, y'all talk to me. ACC is weak. You know what I mean? But yeah, you might have a few teams that pop up here and there that may show signs of being okay, but when you get down to it now, you can get down to it. But right now, the Big 12 is a better team, a better conference. You got Kansas State in there. Who else in there? Don't make me start thinking. Don't make me start thinking it, jogging my memory. But Colorado versus Cincinnati, the Colorado Buffaloes versus the Cincinnati Bearcats. And like I said, I'm 100% convinced that Colorado could play with any team in the country right now. You know what I mean? I didn't think they were ready before in the past, in the beginning of the season. But right now, today, Saturday night, Sunday morning, October 27, 2024, it's a different story. This ain't like the beginning of the season when Colorado first started, or like last season. It's a new, new, different, and well-coached team with different coaches. And whatever they're doing over there they're doing something right. The players are buying in. And they wasn't ready before, but now they're ready. And of course, this team starts with the stars on the team. And one of the stars and the most accurate passing quarterback in all. When I say all of college football, I mean all of college football. Sheduer Sanders is the most accurate passing quarterback in all of college football, and he throws the prettiest football of them all. Anyone, anyone, hands down. Every week I watch Colorado football players run literally right around Big 12 defenders. Like it's two different caliber athletes on the field, like we spoke about. And that's the advantage. You go to the Big 12 or the Big 10, where they used to be in big and stiff, and you bring a bunch of Florida boys and athletes down here and get them the ball and let them get loose. That's a winning formula right there in itself. If you can convince these down south kids to come where it's cold in the middle of nowhere, where it's 3 hours behind and so on and so forth, all the negative things, if you could X those out and get those kids to come up, that's a winning formula because they're going to be better athletes in that conference. That's my opinion. That's the way it looks like on television. When you see Colorado team play against these Big 12 schools, the athletes look different, and specifically the speed. The speed at the cornerback and wide receiver. The cornerbacks on defense can't cover the speed on Colorado's offense. That is a fact. That is a fact. And clearly, Coach Prime team is the fastest in the Big 12. And that's what makes them a better team than most of the teams, like I said. And let me tell you how life works. It's a copycat world. And if you can't beat them, join them. And guess what's going to happen now in the Big 12? This is what's going to happen in the Big 12. You're going to see all these Big 12 schools now starting to recruit different. You're going to see them coming to South Florida like Coach Prime, recruiting the fast kids, the track athletes, not the ones that's on the report as being the top a 5-star athlete and so on and so forth. No, we're going after the athletes who are fast because we got to keep up with Coach Prime. And they're going to start to realize that. And once they realize those players and the recruits that they are recruiting are too slow to compete with the Colorado Buffaloes, everything is going to change. The recruiting landscape in Big 12 will change. And Coach Prime will be the reason for that because he's getting these Florida boys, down south boys from Texas, Georgia, from wherever to come in the middle of nowhere, Colorado, where they won 2 games last year and 1 game before that season. Clap it up for Coach Prime, baby. Coach Prime, they might not like it, but hey, respect when you got to give respect when respect is due, baby. Yeah. And now they're bowl eligible, whatever it's called. They need a couple things to happen to win the Big 12. If they wouldn't have lost to Kansas State, man, it would be a different story. They need a few things to happen. But I really like the way they're playing football right now. I haven't watched everybody this weekend, but they're playing some really good football. And partly because of the running game. The running game took a tremendous leap forward, from the beginning of the season. And now that running game is a weapon for the Colorado Buffaloes. They can use that running game as a weapon. They have what are the name? The 2 running backs, Dylon and Dylon, however you say his name, and the other guy. Nice 1-2 punch. I would say pretty average at running back. They get a real explosive running back that can break a game away. Oh man, along with some defensive linemen. But that's the thing about timing, because the best quarterback in football is going to be gone in college football. So you might be able to fix those issues at running back, get a more explosive running back. Not saying you need it, or get some defensive lineman that totally stops the run. But then your quarterback is gone. Now we got to develop and look for a new quarterback. Now, whenever that running game is hitting on all cylinders, or not even hitting on all cylinders, because they only averaged about, 3.5, 3.3 yards per rush today, under 4, which is a little below average. But when that running game is working and clicking for the Colorado Buffaloes, they are going to win. They will win that game. I'm betting my money on that. I'm betting my money they will win that game. Definitely. And that's all Sheduer Sanders needs. He needs something to help him in that passing game. And once he has something that the defense has to focus on besides him, oh man, light it up, just like he did tonight. And man, my boy, Shiloh Sanders, man. Oh man, Shiloh Sanders. Shiloh Sanders, he gets exposed a lot in this Colorado defense, man. Poor Shiloh Sanders. He's the one that got to take the fall in the defense, playing at deep safety. He gets exposed a lot in his defense. And the defense played a little soft tonight compared to the last two games, and especially in the running game. And it's still the same tune. Hard to stop the run. A little better, but hard to stop the run. It's like they have no gap control, and the holes, they open up too clean and wide for running backs to run through. That's the problem on defense. They got to have better gap control at the front seven. Once they have better gap control, yeah, things will get a little better. And some more recruits. But they did show up big. They did show up big and when it counted most. And that was a big, big play. It's a big and it's a physical stop on 4th and 1 headed into the half to stop that 4th down attempt from Cincinnati. You know what I mean? That was a big stop after, a suspect being suspect in the running game. And which led to a Colorado touchdown, followed the following series right before half. Travis Hunter went for a bomb. Boom. They got in field goal range. They had a few attempts, and it was like under 20 seconds, and they still had 3 seconds left. That's how good Sheduer Sanders is, man. For real. That's how good he is. And that big hit, man, y'all seen that big hit. The big hit that Shiloh tried to deliver, but got delivered to Shiloh in the beginning of the 4th quarter, man. Man, let me tell you, Shiloh got it rough in this darn defense, man. And that hit, he tried to give it to the running back. What the running back number was? I think it was number 6 or something like that. Shiloh tried to get up, play it off, but he was definitely concussed. Shiloh was concussed on that play, man. And Shiloh got it so rough in that defense, boy. I feel sorry for Shiloh. He tried to get up, he hit him, bam. Tried to get up, and them legs was wobbly. He tried to play it off, but them legs were different. They was definitely wobbly, boy. But that's the heart of Shiloh Sanders, man. You can't take nothing away from that man. Young man plays with nothing but heart and passion. And that's how you got to play out here. Yes, sir. You got to play with heart and passion. ACC is weaker than the Big 12. I can't say that enough, man. I can't say that enough. Yeah, man, and that running back, man, the number 6 was 6. It was Evan Pryor. That's the number. He put his head down and gave it to the boy, Shiloh, man. It's tough out there for the kid, man. It was tough out there for the kid. He played okay. Shiloh played okay. We give him okay right now. This free safety is a hard position. A lot of open field tackles. People coming at you full speed, 220 pounds, with a lot of momentum and stuff like that. It's not easy. So, you can't just be singling Shiloh out for nothing. You know what I mean? And I got a question about the Heisman. We got to talk about the Heisman Trophy. We got all these candidates, right? We got Cam Ward. We got Dylan Gabriel. We got Genty, the running back. Who else we got? But these are pretty much the top prospects for the Heisman Trophy. Cam Ward, quarterback from Oregon, Gabriel. You got what's Genty? Ashton Genty. You know what I mean? Did I pronounce his first name right? But I'm just gonna say Genty. And my question is, I want to know, why in the world isn't Sheduer Sanders up for the Heisman Trophy? What is going on? I seen Jalen Milroe up for it. And obviously he's kind of coming out and leaving the Heisman Trophy race. But why isn't Sheduer Sanders in the top 5 candidates for the Heisman Trophy? because he lost 2 games. You can't win. He can't win the Heisman Trophy because he has 2 losses on his record and he's the quarterback. He definitely needs to be a top 5 candidate for the Heisman. This team should have 2 Heisman hopefuls on this team. That's Travis Hunter and Sheduer Sanders. No questions asked. Everybody knows that. I don't understand what is going on. Why Sheduer Sanders isn't up for the Heisman Trophy or hasn't been talked about, you know, a lot. I understand you got 2 quarterbacks that's undefeated, but if you're looking at the game, he is different at quarterback. There, that is not a question. He is different at quarterback. You know what I mean? Sheduer Sanders is a pro quarterback right now playing against college athletes. It's like a grown man playing against kids. The way he throws, deliver the ball, orchestrates the offense, and it's different. It definitely is. I'm telling you, as a cornerback, the way Sheduer Sanders is playing right now, he is playing like a pro quarterback amongst college athletes. And it's not even close. I'm telling you. I can name 5 starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now that Sheduer Sanders is better than. I can name 5 quarterbacks. And the first one might surprise you because I'm going to go out there. I'm going to jump out there on a limb. I'm going to jump out there on a limb. Y'all think. Y'all name one. Name one before I start in the chat. Let me see what's up in the chat. What's up, chat? We got Q Dog in the building. We got Fendima. We got Joe Lewis. Y'all keep the chat coming. But y'all name me. I want y'all to think of name 2 quarterbacks that y'all think Sheduer Sanders is better than in the NFL right now. Right now, because there is some he is better than. It is what it is. Maybe it's because he's been around Tom Brady, got a lot of attention, and he plays like a pro now. And I'm gonna name the first one. I'm gonna start with the first one. Y'all don't attack me. Y'all don't jump on me. I can get deeper too. But I'm gonna start with Kyler Murray. Yeah, Bryce Young is definitely one. I'm gonna start with Kyler Murray, brother, from the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray isn't better than Sheduer Sanders. Sheduer Sanders would turn that team around instantly. He would run that offense how it's supposed to be ran, and it would look like a different offense with Sheduer Sanders at quarterback. Marvin Harrison Jr. wouldn't have no more problems. Whatever Marvin Harrison Jr. lacks, Sheduer Sanders will make up with his arm and throw him open. Throw it to the right spots because he's a big, long target. I'm telling you, Sheduer Sanders is better than Kyler Murray right now. That's number one. Bryce Young and Andy Dalton from the Carolina Panthers, like we mentioned down here, like Greens mentioned down there in the chat, they both aren't better than Sheduer. Bryce Young maybe can develop and become better, but right now he's not. Drake May from the Patriots, he isn't better right now. He isn't better than Sheduer Sanders right now. All these teams and players I'm naming, Sheduer Sanders will come to this team and make them a better team instantly. Sheduer Sanders has Bo Nix beat by a mile. Bo Nix from the Broncos. He has Bo Nix beat by a long shot. And you put Sean Payton and Sheduer Sanders together, that's going to be a really good team. I don't want to jump on the band or jump off the bridge and Super Bowl and all that stuff, but it'll be a really good team. And Sean Payton will demand so much out of Sheduer Sanders that he wouldn't have no choice but to be a great quarterback. With or without Sean Payton, he's going to be a great quarterback. Then you got Gardner Minshew from the Raiders. He isn't better than Sheduer. Sheduer turned that thing around too up there at the Raiders. And who was the other quarterback? Aiden O'Donnell? They ain't got a chance. And that says a lot about the young man. He is special, man. He is a special talent if you didn't know. What you're watching isn't normal. What you're watching right now at with Sheduer Sanders isn't normal. That is a pro style quarterback right now in college. Now, Travis Hunter. Jeez. Hey, and what y'all know, y'all seen my last videos, and I was the one that talked about that brought up the issue. It said Sheduer Sanders was a better quarterback without Travis Hunter in the lineup. They kind of proved me wrong tonight, but maybe they're making some adjustments. When I'm wrong, I'm gonna step up and say it. You know what I mean? But I'm not all the way wrong yet. We still got a little time to see. But Travis Hunter with another Heisman Trophy performance tonight. Oh man, that young man is awesome, man. That young man is awesome. 9 catches, 153 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And one long catch at the end of the fourth quarter to help his team take a lead, a 2-score lead when the game was getting close. The game was getting close. Travis Hunter said, put the ball in my hands. Feed me the ball. And if they guard me one-on-one, throw it up. I'll go get it. And then on defense, we seen what he was doing on defense. And he looked so good in that gray and white. It just looked so pretty. I don't know if it was the fall or, it's getting cold or whatever. It looked so nice and pretty on these young men out there. You know what I mean? And on defense, oh man, he was straight locked down. He gave the Cincinnati Bearcats wide receiver nothing. When I say nothing, Nathan. And what he had about 3 or 4 passes defended or pass breakups, what we like to call it. And yeah, that's when you can't get an interception, you got to get a pass breakup or defend the pass. That's called getting your hands on the ball. Not just I lock down a receiver and no stats come from about it. You know what I mean? All that flim they be throwing around. Now I got to give a shout out to the other cornerback because that other cornerback had a really tough game when it looked like the game was lost because of him against Kansas State. And we got to give a shout out to Preston Hodge. Preston Hodge, the other cornerback, number 24. Like I said, he gave up that game winner. And it takes a lot for you to bounce back and come to these next few games ahead of you and come with that confidence. He was in a lot of one-on-one coverage, man-to-man tonight. You understand what I'm saying? That's a lonely coverage for us cornerbacks. You out there alone, one-on-one on the island by yourself, mano-a-mano, one-on-one, you and him. The ball is in the air, and you got to make sure he don't catch it. And that young man played great tonight, man. He played great tonight at cornerback. He got his swag and confidence back and playing at a high level. I love to see it bounce back. And it was so impressive because it was all man-to-man, one-on-one. And he was calm, cool, and collected. The ball was in the air. He was breaking these things up like ease. You understand what I'm saying? And Coach Prime seemed like it seemed like no matter how much of a blowout the game is going to be, he do not want to take the starters out. He keep emphasizing to the broadcasters and the commentators and stuff like that, man. I want to finish the game. I want to finish the game. We need to close this game out. And the only thing I'm thinking of, he like to make statement. He want to put a big whooping. He want to whoop the fool. He trying to run it up against these teams. But does it make sense, keep your starters in? I'm not saying tonight was a situation where he should have took the starters out, but it was getting that situation, seeming to be that way. And nah, man, it was going to stay right in there. But I don't see a benefit from that. I don't see a benefit for that. Seems like Coach Prime got 2 problems. He don't like to take the starters out, and he's itching to go for it on 4th down. Lord have mercy. That Coach Prime is itching to go for it on 4th down. You know what I mean? But that's Coach Prime. Every coach got their style. Got to do what they got to do, how they want to do it. And Cincinnati Bearcats, man, don't get it twisted. That is a good team that the Colorado Buffaloes beat tonight. That is a good team. Now, we can't mistake that they are a good team. And Colorado had to play impressive to win tonight. Don't get that twisted. That quarterback from Cincinnati a little shaky, but he can play. And that was bad defense heading into the halftime for Colorado. What are you doing blowing the coverage? Going into the halftime, going into half, and you're letting the receiver run free. That is what we call bad football. And then Sheduer Sanders just comes right back and answers just like that. There's only a few players and a few coaches in college who believe in their quarterback, like of course father and son duo, and tell his son with 20 seconds left, I need you to go score, and we're gonna call plays, pass plays, because I believe in you, and I believe in you. Yeah, and he made it happen, man. He made it happen. I love this man. I love to watch this Colorado Buffalo football team play. It's exciting. It's definitely an exciting football team. And who gonna win the Heisman? Who will win that Heisman? Cam Ward? It looking like it will be Cam Ward, but Sheduer Sanders, in my opinion, well, Travis Hunter. Can't forget about Travis Hunter. But Travis Hunter, if it's not Travis Hunter, Sheduer Sanders is making a hell of a push. He's making a hell of a push right now for that Heisman Trophy. You know what I mean? For that number one spot. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Colorado Buffaloes, man, doing their thing tonight. That was an impressive win. That was an impressive win. But like I said, I want to talk about the culture a little bit. We got to talk about the culture and the feds and a lot of people getting arrested and going down, man. And we need to keep ourselves safe and secure the bag at all times. So let's talk about this, man. Talk about Lil Durk, man. He was arrested for allegedly murdered for hire, or not allegedly, but it's all in the paperwork and stuff like that. And what is this all about? This is all about the way we grow up and the life we live and what we're accustomed to in our environments. And we have a chance to grow and elevate, but we don't know how to surround ourselves with the right people and think we have to keep it real. And that's what I want to talk about today, or tonight, rather. It's not about keeping it real. It's not about keeping, it's about elevating it and becoming a better person. And then when the things we do, everybody has done some type of crime in your life, and it's about who has got caught and who's got away with it. Some people have done major crimes, some people have done little theft crimes, stealing out of the store, what have you, stealing from a friend's house, you know, this backstabbing and stuff like that. But the way you do things can always point at the type of person and the character you have. And the things that are alleged in these documents and the rumors and things that's being reported that Lil Durk done and the crew, we as people, we have to understand how to move smarter and not put ourselves in jeopardy and our families in jeopardy by doing things so stupid. And one of the things that's so stupid that Dirk did is the people that allegedly went and did these crimes or whatever, they are booking these flights and hotels and rental cars with a business credit card that belongs to allegedly Lil Durk. And also, Lil Durk is on the flight with the alleged killers or people that's setting the situation up. And how goofy is that? You know what I mean? Understand that the feds are always watching, man. The government has, that's one thing you don't want to get caught up with. If y'all have never been in the court system or been through a case of anything like that, that's one thing you don't want to get caught up with, man. And he had the perfect opportunity to conquer life, conquer life how he wanted to conquer life. Too many people can't live life and pick the life they want to live, how they want to live it, financially, with your spouse, loved ones, and so on and so forth. He had everything in his hands, but when they was on there, all the fans keep telling Lil Durk he has to slide for Von, and that's the problem. We let outside influences influence us when we need to know how to do better. And it's a sad situation because I don't see no way out of this. And the fact that And this is what we got to talk about, your homeboy. You got your homeboy or somebody you met, or I don't know if this was his homeboy who he grew up with, but the the man who allegedly wore the wire sitting up there talking about he is so thankful for Lil Durk and what he did for him when he got arrested and had to do his bid, his jail time, and he ain't have to worry about nothing. He got out with $50,000, a car and stuff like that, to turn around and wear a wire and set his friend up. What world are we living in today? That is like one of the most awful things to do. You can do. You just sit up there and talk about how somebody blessed you. You understand? Someone blessed you and your family and your life, and you turn around and repay them by sending them to a place that hell on earth, they like to call that place. I got a lot of friends that have been there. Hell on earth where he may never escape from. I don't know the deal and what the situation is and all that stuff. I just know you're innocent until you're proven guilty, right? So we're gonna wait till more things come out. But obviously, you know, the younger generation have a problem of understanding how to deal with things and do things accordingly and how to keep themselves out of trouble. And that's what they need to work on, man. That's what they need to work on. And Young Thug, man, y'all let me know. Young Thug, is Young Thug, will Young Thug get a mistrial? Because this is what Young Thug is going through. It's kind of one of the craziest situations I ever seen. I've been going to court, not criminal court, for the past 5, 10 years. So I understand how the system works. And yeah, man, he is really getting the bad end of the court system. The court system is not, like I said, it's not something you want to get caught up in. And you gotta always. One thing I learned, you have to prepare, especially if you're in the business or doing something that makes you, um, liable. You know, if you have a business or a company or something you're doing, you need to insure yourself. You need to have lawyers who you know, because that's one thing they don't teach us. They don't teach us how to find a lawyer, and that's important. When you get in trouble, you can't just look in the on Google and in the phone book and stuff like that and call a lawyer and hire a lawyer. That ain't the way to go about things. That will end badly. You need recommendations. You need somebody that knows somebody, and that person will have a different view and feeling about you and make sure they're gonna fight for you the way they need to fight. And that's what Young Thug got, man. Young Thug got a crew, a team around him that is going to the wire for him. And that's what you need in life. That's what you need in life. So we're gonna see if Young Thug is going to be granted a mistrial. And that's what I want to understand. I know everybody has been in tune to this Young Thug trial. I want to know, what is the purpose of granting this mistrial? I understand the whole jury thing, right? You can stain the jury's thoughts and how they perceive things and whatnot. But if you go through a mistrial, does that mean you start the case all over again? Right? You start the case all over again, starting from jury selection, then bringing 90 witnesses, Lil Woody and all of them have to come back and testify. Does that seem smart? Will that help him? Will he feel better about that? He's still sitting in jail. They haven't let him out. But me staying in tune with things that happen in life, and like the Young Thug case is one of them. This really seemed fishy to me. This really seemed fishy to me. The way this mistrial, this last situation happened with a judge and the prosecutor and the defense, or the defense asked for a mistrial, and the witness said something about free such and such, indicating that somebody was locked up and so on and so forth, right? That looked like that was done on purpose, man. It looked like the prosecutors and all them was over their head, and they made a deal with the lawyers. This stuff going on. Don't get it twisted. It looked like the prosecutors and they was over their head with this case, and they said, you know what? We're gonna do something to grant a mistrial. We're gonna make sure this witness says something that is inappropriate. It's gonna grant you your mistrial, and then work out a plea deal for us, so we don't look bad for bringing this case and our livelihoods on the line for doing what is this? Unjust in life, injustice, because having Young Thug locked up for this long, and the evidence that's been shown and provided is the weakest case I ever watched or I ever been a part of. And yeah, if he's not guilty, man, he needs to be let go. But I'm a strong believer in life that if people's out here harming the community and doing wrong to the community, I, it's, to me that's not cool. So you know, say what needs to be said, as Mr. Pick Six. You know what I mean? Saturday night, Sunday morning vibes. Colorado Buffaloes handle their business. Travis Hunter, Sheduer Sanders, right? MVP, Heisman Trophy candidates. They need to be top 5 candidates, man. That was spectacular. Travis Hunter, 9 catches, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sheduer Sanders, man, how many he threw for like 270 yards, something like that? They were awesome tonight, man. The defense played well. And the sleeper, the X factor tonight, man. I want to give another shout out to Preston Hodge. Like I said, he had that one down game where looked like the game was his fault, and he bounced back tonight, and looks like he's playing with tremendous swag and confidence. So shout out to number 24, Preston Hodge. That's how we're gonna end it tonight. Say what needs to be said. We got Sunday football. We're gonna have Sunday night football, Sunday football, all that good stuff. And we'll be back at it tomorrow night. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Good night. Say what needs to be said in your sleep. Like, comment, share, and we running this thing up to 20K. See y'all tomorrow night. Peace.